For my next video, I'd like to do one on the Samsung S24 Ultra, and I'm using One UI 8, and specifically I'd like to go over quick sharing, how to share your files between your Samsung devices and between your Samsung devices and Apple devices. There's a few caveats there, and I'm going to try to touch on all of them. So that way you'll know how to send files to yourself. You'll know how to send files to your Apple friends. Your Apple friends can send files to you, all without third-party applications or anything like that. It's all built into the phone. So, as I say, let's dive right in. This will work on probably only the One UI 8 devices, because of the share app has changed drastically. They've improved it since the last several reiterations of it. So I'm just going to kind of stick with the Samsung S25 Ultra and any of the newer tablets, the S10, the S11. So like I'm going to give examples of sharing my phone to my tablet, stuff like that. So let's dig right in, as I would say, and let's go to, first thing we want to do is you see the quick share. So let's go ahead and tap on that, and then we'll go ahead and go over the settings. So share with Galaxy devices, you want to log in. Share with non-Galaxy devices, you want to log in. Who can share with you? I have everyone. You can put everyone and then tap on only for 10 minutes if you want that. I'm not around many people, so it's not a big deal. So I just leave mine set to everyone. I'm not sure. Maybe you can leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are. If you set it to only for 10 minutes, will that help your battery life, or will it, now that I'm set to everyone, does it really matter? So I'm not sure, to be quite honest, to answer that. So we'll turn this off. So then your phone name, you can set it to whatever you want. Show available devices on the share panel. So when you get ready to share, like say a picture, it's going to show the different devices that you can share it to, that you can quick share it to. Let's see here. What else do we want? Allow sharing over the internet. If it's not possible to share using a direct connection, sharing will continue over the internet using Wi-Fi or mobile data. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to turn that off for now, just simply because I'm always around my devices. So if I want to share it to a specific device, I'm usually next to it anyway. So let's do that. This is a neat one, link sharing history. I cleared this, but it'll tell you all the different links that you shared, and this will make sense here pretty soon. Use Wi-Fi only. Private sharing history. This is a neat one. You can actually share, and we're going to get into this, you can share your files encrypted and put an expiration date on them. So when someone gets a file, they have X number of days to do what they want with it, and then it permanently deletes, encrypted deletes on your device. So again, that's really, really neat. And then we have the common whatever about privacy, etc. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, first off, like I said, you have to be logged in to both accounts on your other device as well. So your other device kind of has to mirror this one. You also have to be on the same Wi-Fi. So you can't be on one Wi-Fi here and another Wi-Fi on the other device. So with this one, I'm going to send a file from my S25 that I'm recording on to my S10 Ultra tablet. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up my wonderful son here, Fritz. He's a sulfur crested cockatoo. So at the bottom, we're going to hit the share icon, and there's my tablet. I can do it that way, automatically goes to it, or I can go to quick share and I have a little bit more options. So here's the neat part. I can share it with a QR code or link. So if I tap on that, it creates either a QR code or a link. And it says, ask the recipient to scan the QR code or go to the link to receive the file. Anyone with access to QR codes or links can access these files without your permission. So this is how I would send a file to an iPhone user. Okay, obviously I don't have their AirDrop, so I would send it, and vice versa. I don't have an iPhone to show you, but in their AirDrop, you would want to send them as links. So then that way you go on to the link, you download the file. So it's very simple. Here's two different methods right here. So we're going to close this because I don't want to do this. I can automatically tap my S10 Ultra icon right here because it's saying suggested. Or I can go to all of my different contacts and select a contact and send it to them that way. So just this one platter has multiple ways of sending files. Here's where it gets interesting. So let's tap the three dots, turn on private sharing. Okay, now this is where it gets powerful. Files you share are encrypted and expire after the time you set. Only Galaxy users can view shared files. So you can only do this between Galaxy users. You can't do this between a Galaxy and an iPhone. So set expiration, we can set days, hours, and minutes as to when we want it to expire. Okay, and then select my S-Tab Ultra, connecting, sending, and if I could show you my other device, it says one file received, and I can do what I want from it. So it's a very powerful, very, very neat way to share your files. Again, a little more powerful between Android to Android, but you can also do some of the same things. You want to make sure to turn off the private sharing, or you'll never figure out why you can't share. It still is powerful, but not as powerful as, you know, a native AirDrop, but you can still share your files. It doesn't compress them like emailing files. If you've got a big video or whatever, instead of the hassle of using a thumb drive or whatever, this is how you do it. And it's a very powerful way, like I said, to share your files in a pretty simple way. So I hope you found my video to be helpful. Thank you for being here. Please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below. Thank you for your time, and until next time, I'm out.